have open hips. You wouldn't think that you need open hips to ascend into inversions, but the open hips are a very useful ally to unlocking handstand and form balance and headstand. So for today's practice, you'll need some socks, blocks, or books, and either a couch or a diner wheel should work just fine. A couch, something immovable, like the side of the bed, or some large piece of furniture. So let's start lying down on our backs. Happy baby pose. Grab outer edges of feet, arms starting between your knees, and walk it gently back and forth from side to side. And take it into your kicking baby pose, straightening one leg at a time. Just gently opening up the hips. And then hugging the right knee, extend your left leg out. Extend the right leg straight up, peace sign fingers and thumb, and grab the right big toe. Use a strap here if you need. And open the right leg out to the right. Just gently opening up your inner right thigh. Send in breath. Back through to center, hug the right knee in. Extend back out, hug left knee in. Right leg extends. Left peace sign fingers and thumb, grab left big toe. Extend the left leg straight up. Open the left leg out to the left. Deep breaths. And back through to center, hug the left knee in. Hug the right knee in. And open both legs out wide. Extending the arms up and overhead. We're going to emulate what it feels like to straddle press. Sweep the legs up and over, coming into Halasana cloud pose. Keep the gaze directly up to protect the cervical spine. Now slowly lower, one vertebra at a time. This slow descent will activate core muscles. Now legs open wide, and slowly extend the legs forward into what would be handstand in another orientation with respect to gravity. More of a hollow body hold here. And then legs come out wide. Legs can be extended up and overhead back into your plow. Slowly lower, one vertebra at a time. Legs come wide. Reach the legs forward into your hollow body. Back into Halasana cloud pose. Nice. Extend back into your hollow body. And then legs extend straight up. Swing the legs down and catch your hollow body rock. Finding your core engagement here. You should actually also feel nice on the spine. So you're breaking up any stagnant energy along the vertebral column. Rock up, cross the shins, plant palms, tabletop. Back to our wrist ups, lifting the heels of the hands up. A couple times just to warm up the wrists. And fingertips point towards your knees, palms down. Slowly lean your way back, peeling the heels of the hands up off of the mat. Fingertips lift very last. Tuck your toes and take a seat on top of your heels. And then extending the arms out and up, spiral the pinky edges in towards midline. Continuous unseen action. Ball hands open fists and explode like you're flipping water off of fingertips. Flashlights with the hands. Now, lifting one arm up and plugging back in. Extend the other arm up. Alternating, reach up out of the shoulder socket and plug the humerus head bone in. You want the humerus head bone to rest in your lats, your latissimus dorsi. Now find a happy median and go back and forth with the arms, just lubricating the shoulder joints so that they're ready for weight bearing. Beautiful, and then walking the hands forward back into your tabletop. Untuck the toes, fingers point towards midline, palms facing up. Bend in the elbows, ball the hands into fists, and straighten the arms, breathe into your wrists. Really important to love on the wrists. And then gently release that. Take a seat back onto your heels, toes untucked, lean way back, lift your knees up, stretching out the bridges of the feet. Enhancing the proprioception, bodily awareness of our legs in space. Maybe lift up on top of the toe knuckles. Woo! Toe knuckle pops. Slowly lower back down and walk it forward back into your tabletop. So we did the core work to imprint core muscle engagement, but now let's open up the hips a little bit. Tuck toes, hips lift up and back, downward facing dog pose. Walk it up any one knee and the other. Allow the hips to shift from side to side, breathing into the calves, the hamstrings, the lower back. And walking the feet up to the hands, coming into a forward fold at the front of the mat. Allow for a little bend in the knees, grab opposite elbows, and shake the head yes. Shake the head no, releasing your cervical spine. And gently release the arms. Inhale, peel the chest forward, find something, arch your spine. Stepping the left foot back, left knee lowers. Untuck toes, scissor thighs together. Inhale as you rise up, low crescent pose. Expand across the heart center. Maybe just a slight back bend, but keeping your core engaged. Hands come to the mat. Now straighten through your right leg, half splits. Come onto the heel of the right foot, reach the toes back towards your face. Inhale, find length, exhale, forward fold. Rebend your right knee, tuck the left toes, lift the left knee up, scissor thighs together, activate large muscle groups of the legs. Left hand plants in step with the right foot, the right arm sweeps up for your open hearted crescent. Gaze at the right fingertips. Now from your open hearted crescent, rotate onto the outer edges of both feet. Right hand to your right knee, let the left hip dip, ease into the outer hip stretch, lift out of the left shoulder to intensify. Side body stretch. Lifting it back up again, both hands come to the instep of the right foot, come onto the heel of the left foot, into your skandasana. Deep breaths. Looks very much like the puppy press leg formation. Now walking the hands over to your left foot. Frame the left foot with your hands. Right heel lifts, right knee lowers. Untuck toes, scissor thighs together. Inhale, rise up, low crescent pose. And again, scissor the thighs, activate the bond, firm pelvic floor, with frontal hip points, draw floating ribs together, and expand across the heart center. Hands come to the mat, straighten through your left leg, come onto the heel of the left foot, reach the toes back towards your face. Ardha Hanuman. Inhale as you find length in the spine, and exhale, forward fold. Rebend your left knee, tuck the right toes, lift the right knee up. Right hand plants, instep of your left foot. Left arm sweeps up and twists it open. From the navel as you twist, gaze at the left fingertips. Now rotate onto the outer edges of both feet. You can reach the left hand back behind, or left hand to left knee, and just go as far as feels comfortable into your side body stretch. Both hands, instep left foot, come onto the heel of the right foot, back into your skand. Walk the hands over to your right foot. Frame the right foot with your hands, and step the right foot back, downward facing dog pose. Now walk the hands back to your feet at the back of the mat. Inhale, pull chest forward, find length, large spine. Exhale, forward fold. Ground down, lift up both arms, sweep up Utthita Tadasana. Extend arms in mountain pose. Exhale the hands back to your center. And take a step back off of your mat. Pick up the back of your mat, pull it up a couple times. So this is where these socks come in. Slide those socks on. This is such a great technique. I highly recommend it. You can use plates if you're working with a rug, but it will help you to connect to your deep core muscles like no other. So we're going to incorporate the sliding into our sun salute. Inhale to sweep the hands out and up. Exhale the hands from the hips and with the heart. Inhale, pull chest forward, find length, arch your spine. Plant down through your palms. Spread the fingers wide, slide your feet back into your plank pose. From plank, just right leg scoops over to your right tricep. Savor the stretch. Enjoy, send in breath, and then slide the right leg back. Left leg over to your left tricep. Again, savor the stretch. Send in breath. Slide it back. Exhale, reach up around, hug the elbows in. Inhale into your Urdhva Mukha. Roll the shoulders back. Exhale, slide the socks upright behind your wrists. Inhale, peel chest forward, finally. Exhale, forward fold. Grab down, lift up both arms, sweep up into Tadasana. Exhale, hands to heart center. One more. Inhale, sweep the hands out and up. Exhale, hinge your hips with height. Inhale, pull chest forward, finally. Plant down the palms, slide the socks back. This time, both legs at the same time. So sweep the legs out wide. And then sweep them back. Sweep the legs out wide. Exhale, push up around the elbows in. Inhale to your erg, we'll go roll those shoulders back, puff chest. Exhale, slide the socks up behind wrists. Inhale, pull chest forward. Exhale, forward fold. Round down, lift up, both arms sweep up. Exhale, hands back to heart center. All right, now roll the mat back out again. You can take those socks off and take a big step out wide for your prostrate Padottanasana, wide-legged stance. Seal the outer edges of the feet down, lift the inner arches up, hands to hips. Inhale as you find length in the spine. Exhale, hinge from hips, lead with heart. Hands come to the mat. Inhale, pull chest forward, find length, arch spine, straighten through both your arms. Then walk the hands back. Plant down through your palms. And it's almost as though you're going to slide your legs down your arms. Slowly lower the hips down and come to seated. I know, it's a lot more challenging than it looks. If you need to help yourself down, that's okay. It's an awkward movement, and these are precisely those barriers that we're unblocking in our mental body. So do the best that you can. Here's where the blocks or the books come in. Blocks from your right thigh. Hands to blocks. Float the right foot up and pulse. Here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Gently set down. Again, we're not used to using those hip flexors like that, so be patient. Now, lean weight forward. Press down through your hands on blocks. Straighten through both your arms, and your hips should lift by virtue of the structure of your bones. Maybe float the feet up. Find that core engagement, and gently step back down. Blocks now frame your left thigh. Float the left foot up and pulse. Here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Gently release down. Hands to blocks. Lean weight forward. Press down, lift up, float hips up. Maybe float feet up. It's not easy, but these are the deep core muscles that we need to ascend into our inversions. Gently step back down. Blocks come to your inner ankles now. Lowest, medium, or highest settings. Hands, inner thighs. We're going to float the feet up and over the blocks now, both at the same time. Here we go. Straighten through the arms, round upper spine, float the feet up and over. And up and over. Here for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Gently release. And blocks off to the side for now. Forward fold in your pancake, Upavishta Konasana. Walk the hands forward. So, pancakes are definitely a necessity for straddle press. So hopefully you like pancakes. Walk the hands over to your right foot. Right arm inseam, right leg sweep, left arm up and overhead, side body stretch. Roll the left shoulder back. And back through the center. Walk hands over to your left foot. Forward fold over your left leg. Left arm inseam, left leg sweep, right arm up and overhead, side body stretch. Roll the right shoulder back. And back through to center. Now this is optional. You will want to be able to lift up into middle splits from your wide-legged seated. But that may not happen today. So honor your body and where you're at. We do live in ever-expanding vehicles of consciousness. So, but honoring your body and its limitations as they exist presently. So if you want to, you can start to think about it. Slide forward, using your arms inch. You maybe sit up into your middle. You want to be really comfortable here. It's okay if it's not happening today. Slide it back. And this one you'll want to bring the feet a little bit closer together. And again, this is another awkward movement, so it's okay if it doesn't happen today. Trust the integrity of your bone structure, and it's a lot of shifting of the weight of your shoulders forward beyond the wrists. Pressing down through the palms, lean weight forward, press up, lift up, come back to stand. In your wide-legged forward fold. All right. Now walk the feet in to about hips distance apart. This is another really epic exercise to imprint the leg muscle engagement. Lean weight to your right foot and float the left foot off of the mat. You can plant down your hands if you're in a handstand and kick the left leg out to the left. Holding here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Slowly lower. Now lean weight into your left foot. Float right foot up by plugging your head bone into hip socket and kick it out to the side, holding here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Slowly lower. Well done. All right, inhale, peel chest forward finally. Exhale, forward fold. Ground down, lift up, both arms, sweep up. Exhale, hands back in heart center. Taking it to the wall now. So mat comes with us to the wall. It's nice to have a handstand or inversion wall designated for getting upside down that you can utilize whenever you're feeling the calling or the urge. Now, legs distance away from the wall, measure it out. I'm going to repeat last week, L shape against the wall. Middle fingers in line, thumbs in line. Spread fingers wide. Spiral eyes and elbows towards each other, plug arms into shoulder sockets. Walk your feet up the wall, coming into your L shape. Now, instead of just going straight up and down, like we did last week, try to go out to the side and toe tap. Doesn't have to connect all the way. And you can, of course, if you feel comfortable, start to walk it in. This will largely depend on shoulder strength for walking and hip flexibility. So maybe slowly lower and toe tap from here. Notice the similarity to your straddle press. And feel free to work this exercise as long as you like and put the video on pause. Walking it back down again. Take a little forward fold so you don't get a big hip rush. And then roll spine back up. Whew. So that was fun. Now if you want to use a Dharma wheel or a couch, we'll be doing it from the other angle. This is to imprint even more muscle engagement, muscle recruitment. Now if you're using a couch, you'll want it to be a heavy couch. And not necessarily the cushion, but like the arm of the couch, which is a little bit more resistant and will give you energy feedback. The Dharma wheel works great. If you are a really tall person, go with a bigger wheel. But this size, the original, works really well for most, average size humans, 5'5" to 6. Again, if you're taller, they have a bigger size wheel, which I would highly recommend going for that one. I don't have that one on hand, but this size again works really good for my frame. Hands are just shoulder distance apart, spread fingers wide, and you're placing the crown of your head on the wheel. Gaze directly in between the thumbs, walk your feet in, and if you need to, you can actually place blocks or books underneath your feet. Lifting up onto the big toe mounts, heels lift, put your high heels on, push the floor away, swing the legs out wide, and connect at the top. Core stays engaged. The hardest part is bringing the hips up and over the shoulders. You can slowly lower and maybe toe tap and back up again. So the main thing here is that the hips are moving slightly beyond my shoulders as I ascend to counterbalance my legs. And that will change over time as the hips open up. You won't need to bring the hips back as far to counterbalance the legs to ascend. You might still want to do that for hollow back, but over time it doesn't become quite as much a necessity. Definitely for pike, hips go well beyond the shoulders to counterbalance both legs together. Straddle is easier, so that's what we're going over today. Now, taking it to the middle of the room. So these are both good techniques for building your central core, but eventually you're going to find your balance. So working the balance in the middle of the room can be a little bit daunting at first, but do what you can. It'll feel awkward, but your body will start to get used to it and it'll integrate into your body intelligence. So initially to start, I love doing this because you can actually just set yourself up. Blocks on one side, and as you're going through ascent salutation, right? Inhale, exhale, forward fold. Inhale, peel chest forward finally. Position your hands, so the heels of the hands are right in line with your blocks. And then one foot can step onto the blocks. 2 blocks is good. If you go beyond 2, it turns into Jenga. So you can use, again, the side of a couch or some sturdy furniture. Other leg, peas on the fire hydrant. Stack the hips up and over the shoulders, connect at the top. And then from here, you don't even have to worry about the blocks because the blocks are off to the side. So you can slowly lower, wrap the elbows in, bend in the elbows. 1, 2, tap. Vinyasa. All right? And then of course, make sure you do both sides. So transitioning the blocks to the other side. Usually to warm up in a vinyasa class, they do more than one sun salute day. So, or vinyasa. Anytime you vinyasa, you can always have those blocks on standby. And then of course, lower down when you're ready and the core muscles are finding their engagement. Another variation of puppy press is the straight leg puppy. And this one I would recommend in a smaller class setting. So if you have a lot of people and your legs take up a lot of space, especially if you are taller, probably go with the bend knee puppy press variation. But this one's really fun too, and you can kind of use your legs as leverage as a counterweight system to stack the hips over the shoulders. So here, hands, again, heels and hands in line with the blocks. One foot can mount onto a block. And straight leg, extend up and back. Shift weight into the new position. Legs stay active. Reach out through the balls of the feet. Connect to the top. And slowly lower. Feel free to bust out reps. Really fun core work. It's probably my favorite core work. If the elbows go up, then it's like bench pressing your body weight. Use a strap and keep those arms straight. Straddle the eyes towards your shoulder, plug arms into shoulder sockets. Strap can go around the biceps. I'm not going to make you grab a strap because we've already got so many props involved here. But lastly, before we close out, eventually there is the straddle press into handstand. And until you straddle, there's a little bit of a hop. But keep pressing down through your hands. Eventually the hop will become eliminated as you build more shoulder strength to press and more central core strength to lift yourself up one vertebra at a time. Now the trick to this is to shoot energy out through your feet consistently. One consistent stream of energy. Hands, again, shoulder distance apart. Spread the fingers wide. And it might be kind of awkward at first. It'll probably look like this. Lift it up the heels. Walk the feet in as close as you can, as close as space allows. Push the floor away. And then kick the feet out to the side. And that might be where you're at today. That's okay. Keep doing it. That is huge. Over time, you'll learn to stack the hips over your shoulders, and the energy moving through your feet will carry them all the way up into your handstand. So it'll look more like this. And then of course, lowering down, work the controlled descent. You can take multiple reps if you'd like. Again, this is my absolute favorite core work. Alright, I'm taking a kneel. You can actually cross the shins, roll over the legs, extend the legs forward. Draw your right leg in. Right leg comes up and over left, and onto the left sit bone. Slide the heel back. Hand behind your sacrum. Right arm extends. Exhale, right elbow out to your left knee from navel. As you twist, gaze over left shoulder. Back through to center. Stack knees. Heels towards our hips. Right arm extends up. Bend the elbow. Reach your left hand up back for fingertips. So loving up the outer hips a little bit since we do a lot of inner thigh work. And the shoulders, center breath. Gently release. Walk hands back behind and third kick the legs. So right hand comes behind sacrum, left arm extends. Exhale, left elbow outward to your right knee from navel as you twist. Gaze over the right shoulder. Back through to center, stack knees. Heels towards outer hips. Left arm extends. Bend elbow, reach right hand up back for fingertips. Beautiful work today. Again, just do what you can over time. These exercises will start to integrate themselves into your being. Gently release and shake the arms out a little bit. Hands come back behind, straighten knees out in front, bounce knees, and then show your feet. And I hope you enjoyed this process, because there will be more. We're gonna get good sound equipment, better lighting. This is just the beginning. So enjoy your expansion and your alchemical process. We'll see you next time. Namaste.